All right, welcome back to another weekly watch list. Uh, this is our, I think, the first weekly watches on a month of April, and I wanted to kind of record this and put it out rather than just sending an email or send you guys all the tickers for the watch list. Uh, we will go through the watch list by in this video. I will talk about it, but before I really want to emphasize on the offer that we're giving with Symbol Alerts. If you guys are not a member yet, um, please feel free to check out our website, symbolalerts.com. You can also get all the information there and download our app directly, and then subscribe to our app through the app platform. Another opportunity that I wanted to discuss is if you are not a member, you can join for free through our WAP channel, wap.com/symbol alerts. You can just go there and join for free. You get access to our Discord, and you get access to our symbol chat, which is our WAP chat that we recently kind of opened it up. And I will talk about more stuff that I'm going pretty much like going. If I go live, you can join through the WAP directly rather than just like follow us on social media. I'm doing this kind of like in between, mostly YouTube, and now I'm trying to do with the VOP directly as our partner. And then you also get access to our general channel on Telegram. So that's another thing that I post stuff there. Sometimes watch list too, and a lot of things. So this is completely free. You can join and you know reach out, send a message if you have any question on how to get access to the app and join the VIP. But yeah, feel free to check it out, and let me know if you have any question, or let the team know at Symbol Alerts at support at symbolalerts.com. So that's an email address you can get down to the description. I put it there as well on our website, or reach out to my team through Discord, Telegram, or any or even WAP. So yeah, I wanted to kind of like talk about that briefly, and then let's jump into our watch list and what happened last week, pretty much. So first and foremost, I really want to little bit get over some of the um, tariff situation with all the negative news, fake news, and all that stuff that happens, and what's going on with the overall market. And we have seen this turmoil of back and forth, the negotiation tactics sort of things with China, our biggest competitor, our biggest, I would say, the most important company in regards to import and exports. I want to clarify one thing though. When we are seeing people so scattered, so scared about China tariffs and what will happen in the long term, please remember that this is just my years of experience inside, as in working with analysts and being a trader for years and years, and understanding several market cycles. This really comes down and boils down to several factors. One is that when we are having these sort of wars, there's a lot of noise, and there's a lot of fake news. There's a lot of um, unintentional or intentional news in order to really pump the stock or you know increase their market share, take advantage of inefficiency in the momentum of the market. We seen that, and that really impacted retails. So the only people that get impacted is retail people because they don't have an advantage of information that available or have access to it. I mean, as an example, this last week we've seen this, 90 days pause was started as a rumor, and then the market sort of bounced, and then turned out it was a rumor, so it flushed back down, and then back and forth, and then later Trump announced that this is valid, and then we will have the 90 days pause. So you could kind of see that who were the people that front loaded through this small, I guess, flash crash sort of thing that happens. Not necessarily a huge I would say it didn't really threshold the crash, but still a negative impact on the volatility. I mean, this time of the year we had tremendous volume rotation, volume surge. I mean, you can kind of see that S&P 500 had more than ever since November last year. This was I think this is the all-time volume that happens in just 2-3 days. I would, yeah, no, I think that was since pretty much the 2020. So I mean, this was like a market crash. But we had this huge amount of volatility in just 2-3 days. So you could kind of think about it in advance to see what are the reasons and why would that happen. And pretty much market wanted to test out if tariffs is really the reason that markets move or not. And clearly that was the reason. I mean, you could imagine the amount of volume that coming from ADRs and lots of ADRs volatilities, all these foreign companies or all these foreign institutions, investors, and different kind of market maker, and as obviously the biggest market makers that they get to rotate a lot of shares in a matter of minutes or a day. So that's one thing to keep that in mind. And then there's always those kind of noise, and you really need to differentiate it between noise and signal. So keep that in mind. And then one I guess one thing I wanted to comment is that with tariffs like this, we will just have not just I guess problem. It more of a average people really think that this might not be an ideal thing, and it is not good for economy. It's an inflationary thing, and it might be a mistake. It might be a bad strategy to really work things with China this way. So that's one other thing that to think about. People not necessarily understand how these really drives the price up. U.S. taxpayers are definitely going to be impacted by this, and we will see an increase in prices no matter what sector would it be. Consumer mostly get affected, and different sectors are having different challenges. And with that said, today I think the news came out with uh, Trump is pausing on phone and computers, tariffs on phones and computer, which is a temporary thing. Uh, but it's funny because the biggest importer and exporter um, is China for semiconductor, and uh, so so think about it this way. So we don't we tires will we pause on phone and computers, which is fall into the semiconductor situation, and then um, um, China is, I think it's like 100%, 120% of their import and export is semiconductors, is electronic products or for consumers. So it is kind of funny that how really this plays out. Um, and obviously, another sort of news I want to really go through it is that manufacturing is set at a crossroad. U.S. tariffs are back on pause. The last week we saw, which pretty much stirring up the global trade war with China. Manufacturing jobs dropped from 19.5 million in 79 uh, to 12.7 million today. So still a powerhouse, and that's something to, I found it interesting. But obviously, I don't want to really talk too much about tariffs and the global market and macroeconomic and all that stuff. This is not what we do, but it's good to have an understanding of um, what really is happening and what could really affect you. And then another thing that is very important, I think, you know, Americans love buying trash and garbage products. I mean, we really rely on cheap products because that's how day-to-day life works. You wouldn't see a country like Monaco or somewhere very exclusive, let's say, maybe like UAE or um, highest Alpine France people. They're not really interested to buy a product from China for $3 jacket or sweater or whatever small products. It won't really affect them because they're not really consuming those things. They rather to have some class, some value, to value themselves. And this is the problem with America. America, they don't really value themselves. But obviously, this also falls down to several other factors, which the the population is one of them. Um, you can't really compare it, but you would expect you to have some sort of value. You don't want to go buy cheap products, crappy products. So yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents for tariffs and what's going on with the global market. But now let's just jump into our watch list. All right, so last week we I put on the last weekend watch list on Sunday. ICCT was our number one. This was a great call that we had, and so far the stock had that, coming from that multi-day runner to breaking new high, and now sort of like on a lower tier, and holding this $3 level heavily. And the stock, I think it ran a little bit last week on. It got some volume came in, not so much, but I do think this was more of like a cover pop, cover action, not real buyers. So stuff really, ICCT is still like in that closer range of being completely demolished or continue back higher to 6 level and more. So yeah, that's sort of where is ISCCT is, and then AREB. I think this one was still on our halt. Yeah, it bounces. It bounced really sharply, but it got halted. It got to the halt on a very low volume. We didn't get much of a volume on this one. I personally didn't really like the action because it was certainly just bunch of cover pop in action, and not a lot of traders, I would say, and not a lot of actual buyers to run this back higher. And just, you know, once it kind of break those, I think 13 was a key level to break into, and then build that higher low for more continuation. But it clearly failed. Had bunch of choppy action, up and down, halt. It was the whole scenario. And also Friday, same thing, and then it just flushed back down. So I think ARB sort of a done zone. I don't necessarily think this will really run back up again. So I will probably just like put it out of watch list for now. Then MKDW. This was another garbage gap and crap. Started on Monday and just like pretty much flush. So I'll just go through all the calls that we had. I thought it would be ideal to look at. And then NDRA, nothing is in there. NXU, this was yeah, I traded this on 4.8. So I think this was a great short setup. Gap and crap right off the bat into the market open. All the volume faded. Get near the, yeah, I remember this. This was pretty much, I was waiting for this to get below the go red, and really went red 5%, and then just hold this level consolidation, and rest is the history. So NXU, it's got some sort of action and movement, but nothing too crazy. Do you think this? Yeah, this came out with news of merger, shareholder approval for merger. So this is a sort of a merger short. So that's what I did pretty much. PHIO was also one of the, I think, yeah, when I went live, if you go back, watch the live videos in the live section on our YouTube channel, watch the recent one. I talk about PHIO briefly, how I went through this trade. Started really early in the pre-market, and then end up with this tiny loss, but it was just pretty much bad trade for me in general. Even though the idea was correct, the setup was right, it's just bad execution. And then just nothingness after that, nothing too crazy. And then on a, yeah, so let me go through the next one. NAOV. Yeah, this was also another one. Nothing, cap and crap. Think they came out with some sort of PR. No, not necessarily. No PR. TRNR was another one. Great short setup. It really died down into the action. Tried to really chopped, bounce over the VWAP, but failed to. WHLR was one of the good. I went live trading on this day. You can kind of go see that if you haven't watched. Traded long into this dead cat bounce, because pretty much it gave back all the gain into the pre-market. Near the open, gave back all of it, and yeah, the open less interest, but you could kind of see this as a great long setup, because usually when the stock gave back this much of the gain, um, at the open, there's some threshold, uh, either an algo or a bunch of new traders coming to the market and testing their shares into the water pretty much to see if the stock can run up, and then just they quickly get out. So you I anticipated in that momentum, and pretty much I scalped the same thing and didn't really see much of a action or confirmation, I would say, because the stock really did bad to the open. And honestly, the volume was not even. I mean, the volume was actually good at the open, but there's just a bunch of traders wanted this thing to stay lower than the lower VWAP, and yeah, stuff really happened, and just pull back and touch I think it was 290, yeah, 292 or something. We touched that and then just flush back, and then try to reclaim, but obviously the volume just completely faded. So this is just great example of, if you want to caught these sort of setup, it's a great approach to this sort of long trade. But obviously you do need to, if you want to hold it for a longer time, you would have to have your stop in place. You don't want to you don't want the stock to really go back to your average, or that key area of support that can really flush back down, because it will be really a sign for the volume to just fade it. And then what else we had? Yeah, the FMTO. I think I talked about it. This was interesting, and stock really completely demolished. What else? We have Vero. That was another one. I talk about it in our live trading. So this is another one. I wanted to short this, but obviously I was having trouble with finding borrows and shares. This clearly a sign of gap and crap. The stock ran up on. Let's take a look at the news. I don't think the stock really had any. Actually, they had an offering 2 days ago, and then they announced 1.5 million direct offering, and then 3 days ago they also had another offering. So they had two offerings back in a row, and then on 4/7, beginning of the month, they did have a news of. I think the news was Venus Concept. Venus Concept to release. That's a company name, to release first quarter. They had the earning. So by the way, I use Dilution Tracker. I put a link down below if you guys wanted to sign up and use this tool. It's amazing. It's great. You can kind of see their offering, the filings, their fundamental, and it really helps for me personally as a mixed trader, mostly technical, but this really helps me, gives me an understanding of what the stock has in terms of market cap, flow rotation, and where's the dilution stands for. So really great tool. I would definitely suggest you to sign up for this if you haven't tried. So feel free to grab a link down below and just join. And I think you get you will get some credit. Yeah, then I have to double check that. So you will also get some, I think, free days. Not quite sure, but yeah, feel free to get it. And I don't really like to advertise or affiliate with something that is not helpful. I try to put something out there that is very helpful and help you to trade better. So the next one, I think we had mbot. Yeah, mbot was a great runner. It really fought um, with short. I did not really wanted to anticipate on the short side, but the stock really gapped up, and eventually on Friday, it really get to that higher level. So I think the key area for the stock is $3.264, and they did have, I think they had news too. Let's take a look. It's a 34 million float. It's a little bit mid float. That's why I was looking at the action, and stock was not as heavily volatile, which is good. I mean, some people prefer slower trade. Some people really wanted a quicker trade. So there's difference between traders, and clearly some traders like to trade a pattern, stick to higher flow stock. They don't really go massively down or insanely volatile. They do have a high chance of offering. Everything is high, pretty much. 46 months of cash left. Warranty in place and everything else. But I think I remember this one long before. They're just back again. It's a healthcare. 4 days ago, they had a news of clinical trial achieving 100% robotic navigation success for Liberty endovascular robotic system. So I don't know how this will really work. But yeah, they did have the PR. So yeah, that's that. I think this news sort of kind of like plays out already. Might see some downside action coming Monday. So be cautious on this. Worth watching. See if this stock really get back below this $2 and hold this $2, or flushing back down and just bye birdie. AEHL was another one. Crap. Nothing in there. Not interested to put it in the watch list. HEPA, same thing. BLIV, same story. And I don't really want to waste time on these sort of setups. I mean, these are just crap. AUUD, very thin volume, not much in there. Yeah, this is, I think they just had some PR maybe, not quite sure. And then that's and then we got ELAB. Yeah, this was another one. I was actually trading it live short. I really missed much more. I left more meat on the table pretty much. I could have really get on the short, bigger size, but usually I suggest the two members as well. On Friday, you want to be half of your size. Friday is usually choppy. That's my personal experience. The past years of trading, Friday was always on my lower success or win ratio. I never had interesting day. I would say, oh, Friday was good. I either not trade on Friday after I learned a good lesson, then or half a size. Like for example, if you trade 500 share during the week or Monday or Tuesday, you do want to trade 250 on Friday. So that's my suggestion and recommendation if you want to take it, because it's Friday. You want to take the weekend, and you don't want to go at a bigger size, and if there's less opportunity. And clearly this Friday we didn't have much going on, so But Elab was one of them. I could have really capitalized on the short side, but obviously I think I covered, I don't remember. I covered, yeah, I don't know. I think I covered like for 30 cents or 40 cents. So not that bad. I was happy with my profit, but obviously there's always that could have, should have mentality comes to you and think, oh, I could have made more, could have do that. Don't let that really get into you and stop you from trading and having a good day or better performance. KTTA, another trash, nothing much there. Lucy, oh, Lucy, nothing. Everything is pretty much die down. So that's why I don't know. And then MSRP, I think this was not bad. MSPR, sorry. MSPR, yeah, the stock had some run up. Not sure if they had some sort of news. Let's take a look. MSPR, 2 million flow share. They did not have any news except, yeah, they did have a news actually. That's a strategic term sheet providing prospective liquidity and restructuring of existing agreement to remove corporate guaranteed debt by over 1.2 billion, as well as new agreement aimed at driving future growth. So I think they're just like trying to get rid of their debt by refinancing it, or just new term sheet with some sort of like a negotiation with the shareholders. So that's pretty interesting. So recovery announcement. So that's interesting. And then yeah, stock had negative cash, so that's another thing. They have warrants in place, convertible note, equity loan, everything except offering. So the offering chances are pretty low. So, but the stock really gap and crap. The open really gap, very thin volume. Probably worth watching to see if the stock really get over the 3 again and then just flush back down. It would be a great short setup, short, bounce short, and then if any other news came out, I don't think with this news you will see much or additional news on it. So yeah, worth watching for sure. On the long side, I don't really like to see much on. I mean, I don't think we will get, unless if we get really back above previous high here, 350 maybe. Yeah, worth watching over there for long. PRTG. Yeah, this was also had that huge run up into the afternoon. I believe this is afternoon. Yeah, it's pretty much like into the afternoon. Let's take a look at the news. Oh yeah, this is a tiny float, 700,000 floats. So definitely scary. Definitely avoid these kind of stock. And they did not have any new news. Biotech also, so it could really be choppy. Be cautious if you're having this on your watch list. Not much of a cash left, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the PRTG. And then I think the last one is Bull. It's a very funny name. So yeah, this stock, this was a great call on our scanner. We call it that. I don't know when we got it. We got it kind of late, $21. $21 into the after hours. So this was an after hour move. Not much of a, yeah, it's like a 50% from the call. That's a huge move. I don't know what's going on with the stock. Let's take a look. I think, yeah, that's it looks like a stock split. Not quite sure. Let's take a look at the. Oh, that's a V-Bull. Oh yeah, that is Webull trading platform. If you guys have not, well, no, is that an IPO? I think that's their IPO. They have their IPO. Interesting. Yeah, so this is Webull. It's a credible company, I would say. So, I'm not sure what's going on with the move. Let's take a look at their IPO. I think they did the IPO, right? Not quite sure, but that's a massive volume and crazy volatility. 15 million float. It's already rotated, I would say many times already. Well, no, actually, volume was thinner than what I thought. So, yeah, not much volume actually, but crazy move into the after hours. So maybe worth watch to see if they're going to release any news and for more continuation. But it's getting expensive, getting higher, getting out of our smaller cap range. Stock is 12 billion market cap, so yeah, it's already out of that. So anyway, that's pretty much it for watch list. Hope you guys enjoy this long version of watch list. I hope you learned something new from it. Feel free to reach out if you have any question, and if you would like to join and use our app, you can DM us, email, or reach out at any time. All the links are down in the description. Anyway, take care, team, and hope you guys get ready for a crazy week that we're going to have ahead of us, and crazy time this month with all these tariffs and everything else. Anyway, take care.